its rules and regulations. We report saying Bichi First FC refused to continue their play against Adamawa United. After Adamawa United scored later in the game, protesting the referee's decision, Bichi First walked off the pitch while the referee waited for 17 minutes before calling off the encounter, and the Kano-based club also received the fine of 2 million naira for their action. Similarly, Gombe United also got a fine of 2.39 million naira for encroachment and attempts to hinder the streaming of their match day 11 fixture against Yobe Desert Stars, and it was reported that Gombe United damaged the gadget of the streaming partner of the Nigerian National League. Spotlight Hub Crew and the Savannah Scorpions have been asked to play their next home match without their fans in attendance, and Bichi First FC and Gombe United have the right to appeal the decisions made by the board of the Nigerian National League. From there we move straight to the Nigeria Premier Football League, where we saw a rescheduled fixture in the NPFL at the Lake Salami Sports Complex yesterday between the Shooting Stars Sport Club of Ibadan, that's the 3SC, versus Rivers United. And for the 3SC, it was a nail-biting encounter as 3SC secured a dramatic 2-0 victory over hard-fighting Rivers United, courtesy of a late goal by Super Akamara Degoke in that NPFL match day 24 rescheduled fixture. Well, it was Rivers United that threatened the host as early as the 3rd minute with a low shot which was parried away, but it was 3SC who broke the deadlock in the first half as Ayobami Jr.'s delivery was headed into the net by Sadiq Ibrahim to send the atmosphere into a frenzy. Rivers United, the pride of Rivers, still continued peppering the 3SC defense early in the second half, and it was finally paid off as former Crown Football Club player Wasiu Falulu equalized as he curled the ball into the bottom corner in the 68th as the Oluyole Warriors missed several chances. But Ahmed Man as Kamara Degoke spared the blushes of the home side as a true the roof open at the Lake Salami Sport Complex in the 90th minute as a low shot was sent beyond the Rivers United goalkeeper. And right now, courtesy of that result, the Shooting Stars, they have now climbed there to 6th place on the log with 44 points, while Rivers United are top on the log with 52. And speaking after that game, Nuruddin Aweruru, the head coach of the Oluyole Warriors, couldn't hide his joy as he explained that Rivers United fielded 3 centre-backs in that match, and 3SC had to increase their intensity in the attack to snatch that victory later in the game. And at this point, we'll be bringing Inka to the microphone because she was in the studio. She was in the stadium yesterday, and right now she's in the studio and listening to her from what she could pick up from that game yesterday in Ibadan. I thought and even the chances of the Shooting Stars in their subsequent games. Good morning, Inka.
Yeah, good morning. It's a beautiful weekend, and of course, we all know that it's an action-packed weekend in the Premier League, in the EFL, and in all that stuff. Like yesterday, I was at the stadium, and you know the performances of the guys really showed that okay, they can actually win that game. Rivers too, they came with a plan. Like their plan was just to like frustrate the guys, use their physical. Use their for them to be physical with them. They actually wanted to be physical with them, but the guys actually held on. And you know when Falulu, when he equalized at the 63rd minute, like it was as if okay, you guys cannot do anything to me. Like his reaction actually proved that okay, they actually came for a draw. Alex Pawata for a draw. That was what I was actually saying, and you know, for the guys to actually hold their own too, it really showed that yes, they know what they're doing. And of course, I like something that we used to do. You know, this super sub Kamara Degoke has really been, you know, he has really come in clutch for them he did the same thing against Kano Pillars too. That the last home game, and you know it's something that I'm actually proud of. Like now, looking at Sunday's game against Wiki Tourist, I'm sure that they will definitely ace the game because you know right now they're in 4th position, they're in 6th position rather, and you know I'm actually sure that they actually have this higher advantage going into the match with this momentum, with the fact that they were able to beat Rivers United. Those are the league leaders. The fact that they were able to beat them, then they were able to beat Wiki Tourist come this Sunday.
Well, let's see what will happen. But after yesterday's game, there was movement on the MPFL table because right now, with Rivers United still having a game in hand after playing 28 games, they are currently first on the MPFL table with 52 points. Second place, we have the Flying Antelopes. Enugu Rangers in second place with 50 points. We have Nassarawa United in third after 29 games played with 47 points. Abia Warriors in fourth place. Ikorodu City in fifth. Shooting Stars in sixth place with 44 points. So meaning 3 points. Come Sunday, we would have a long way to go. We have Bendel Insurance in 7th place with 41 points after 29 games played. El Kanemi Warriors in 8th place. Warriors in 9th, and Plateau United are completing the top 10 teams onto the relegation scrap. We have Eimba in 17th place, Akwa United in 18th, Kunkalifat in 19th, and we have MPFL title holders at the moment. Remo Stars in 20th place. All the games will continue. Talking about the MPFL fixtures. Continues tomorrow, Saturday, by 4 p.m. The Samuel Lugbemodia Stadium will be seeing Bendel Insurance playing host to Owerri Bayside, Akon Kalifat Football Club, or Barao in Kano. The Sanya Abacha Stadium on Sunday by 3:30 p.m. will be taking on Abia Warriors, and from 4 p.m. on Sunday in Maiduguri, El Kanemi Warriors versus Katsina United from 4. Same time from 4 p.m. At the Eimba International Stadium, it will be Eimba versus Plateau United. In Yenagoa, it will be Bayelsa United versus Warri Wolves. Niger Tornadoes versus Kano Pillars. At Ikene, we'll be seeing Remo Stars taking on Nassarawa United. Kwara United at the Unicon Stadium in Lagos will be taking on Enugu Rangers by 4. And of course, same time 4 p.m. The Lake Salami Sports Complex, we will be seeing the Shooting Stars taking on the Wiki Tourist, and by 4 p.m. on Monday, Ikorodu City versus Rivers United. And that completes the MPFL Matchday 30 fixtures for this weekend. Well, check your time right now. It's time for us to take a short trip to the commercial department. After the commercials, Sportit Bit continues. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Christ Apostolic Church CAC ilẹ̀ agbára ìtúsílẹ̀ City of Peace off Idigba Road Ẹlẹ́bọ̀ area Holy Trinity Estate Ọlọ́ndà Àbámbàdàn ló ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ ìpàgọ́ ọdún àjíǹde 2026 pẹ̀lú àkòrí ohun èlò sí ọlá tí ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ kẹta oṣù kẹrin Good Friday yóò parí lọ́jọ́ kẹfà oṣù kẹrin ọjọ́ Easter Monday tí sọjọ́ àjíǹde bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ń bọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀kadà láti NO Ìdòwú Comprehensive High School máa lọ tààrà sí CAC tó wà ní Ẹlẹ́bọ̀ lọ́jọ́ mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin oúnjẹ ọ̀fẹ́ wà ilé ọ̀fẹ́ wà pẹ̀lú ààbò tó péye fún pàgọ́ náà kò séèyàn tó wáyé tí ọ̀fẹ́ fọláfadẹ́rẹ́ra gbogbo tó ti dòkú nínú ayé rẹ̀ yóò sì jíǹde lórúkọ Jésù ẹ jẹ́ ká mẹ́sẹ̀ tẹ́bẹ̀ gbogbo agbègbè bíi ọlọ́ndàbá ẹni ọ̀sà ọ̀gárùn ìjàmánì lóògùn ládòjò akíngbẹ̀yìn àgbára eléwúro ọ̀dà olódóbàn yàwúrì àkọ́bọ̀ ojúrin ẹ máa pàdé àwọn ẹni àmẹ́rọ ọlọ́run bíi pásítọ̀ ṣẹ́gun olúyẹmí AGS pásítọ̀ tọ́pẹ́ ayọ̀adé evangelist abiodun abraham evangelist fẹ́mi akórèdé evangelist solomon akórèdé evangelist john ọládàpọ̀ the levites and the church mass choir bákan náà marriage seminar fún àwọn ọ̀dọ́ olùgbàlejò pásítọ̀ samuel ọládìpọ̀ district superintendent CAC City of Peace ìpàdé àjíǹde tọdún yìí ní CAC tó wà ní Ẹlẹ́bọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ débẹ̀ Jésù ni Olúwa.
Let my people go. Jẹ́ kí àwọn ènìyàn mi kí wọ́n lọ àkórí 2026 choir mega praise.
You answer my prayer.
Jésù tó ní ìtẹ̀dó ọjọ́ rẹ̀ pẹ́dà fúnra rẹ̀. Ó fẹ́ ti pèsè orin tí gbogbo èèyàn sílẹ̀. Nínú èdè ọjọ́ pípẹ́ bíi tọjọ́ Paul àti Sẹ́là. Nígbà táwọn akọrin ẹ̀mí bíi evangelist Dr. Bukola Akíndéṣewọlé Jésù. Princess Bola Kra. Bíga Ọbẹ̀dẹ̀mí and the Everest choir. The Krista. D.I. Praise. Tony Good News Zone Mass Choir bá ṣiṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ nínú orin táwọn bàbá wa tí wọ́n jẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run àlàyé ó sì máa pàṣẹ ìtúsílẹ̀ lórúkọ Jésù láwọn bíi Pastor Latif Adesina APICP admin Ọ̀yọ́ 2 Pastor Dr. Dare Olúlànà PIC Good News Zone Pastor Sam Adéyẹmọ PICP Ọ̀yọ́ 2 Pastor Iye Adébóyè ní general overseer gbogbo ènìyàn dìdínlẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kí lọ sí the Redeemed Christian Church of God Good News Zone Ọ̀yọ́ B2 number 6 Bíbílàrí street Báṣọ̀run Àkóbọ̀ road Ìbàdàn iṣẹ́ ìyanu máa ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú orí gbogbo èèyàn ló máa gbé ìtúsílẹ̀.
Waiting I go give to you, my praise. Waiting I go give to you, my
Hallelujah. God is waiting for a multitude of people to be blessed in 3 days of worship and crusade powered by Shekinah Ministries. Date Thursday 19 to Saturday 21 March 2026. Time 4 to 7 p.m. Venue Sports Field of the University of Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. Theme The Almighty God. 3 days of deep worship, life-changing teaching sessions to be followed by divine healing, deliverance, miracles, signs and wonders. Don't be left out in this great move of God in the city of Ibadan. Ministry Pastor Olumide, Pastor Peter Olanrewaju, Pastor Niyi Babalola, Pastor Ademola, and Pastor Mrs. Bola Odewale, Evangelist Olumide Aluko, and Dr. Janet Aluko are the hosts. Ìlú Ìbàdàn Ẹ̀kú Àmójúbà ìsọjí alágbára pẹ̀lú sísìn Ọlọ́run ọlọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta ní pápá àṣírí University of Ibadan Thursday ọjọ́ 21 sí Saturday ọjọ́ 21 oṣù kẹta ọdún yìí láago 4 ìrọ̀lẹ́ sí 7 alẹ́. Jésù gbàlà, Jésù wòsàn is going to be powerful. Be there.
So you're welcome back from the commercial break. You stay on to Sportit Bit right here on Oluyole 98.5 FM, also live on Okeogo 96.3 FM and Ajule 92.1 FM. My name is Toby Ajewale, your host on the program this morning. Then let's move to the national team scene as we start from the camp of Nigeria. Super Eagles are regarding the petition of the NFF against DR Congo. Because right now a fresh intrigue has emerged in the eligibility dispute between Nigeria's national team and the DR Congo national team after 2 players specifically named in Nigeria's complaint to FIFA were left out of DR Congo's latest squad announcement ahead of the international playoffs for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. DR Congo head coach Sebastian de Desabrey unveiled a 26-man squad for the decisive playoff scheduled to take place in Mexico City, Mexico. However, observers quickly noted the absence of 2 players who had been highlighted in Nigeria's eligibility petition in Michel Anja, Balikwisha and Mario Astrokent, and the omission has drawn significant attention because both players were among those listed by the NFF, that's the Nigeria Football Federation, in its December 2025 complaint alleging that DR Congo fielded ineligible players during the November playoffs that eliminated Nigeria from direct qualification contention. And till date, FIFA has not made a statement with the kickoff date for this playoffs looming because by March 31st, we'll be seeing the intercontinental playoffs take place. Wait to see what will happen in that encounter. But one man is speaking and he has slammed the NFF board, talking about former Super Eagles captain Mikel Obi, as he's reiterated his call for the present board of the Nigeria Football Federation to quit following the failure of the Super Eagles to qualify for the 2026 World Cup, because for the very first time the Eagles will be missing out on successive or consecutive World Cup qualifications since their first appearance at the World Cup finals in USA 94. According to Mikel, he described the situation as, quote, a disaster after the Super Eagles missed out on the tournament for the second time. I'm quoting him, as I have said it so many times that the FA, the people, that are running the FA, they should all resign. They are over to resign because it's the second time it happened. And let's see if we'll see the NFF will make a statement regarding the comment of John Obi Mikel. Well, now for one of time, let us move straight to Europe because we saw games go down in the second tier of club football competition in Europe. That's the UEFA Europa League yesterday. I went through the fixture results from yesterday in Germany. VfB Stuttgart lost at home 1-0 to Porto. In Germany, as it was a 1-1 draw between Bologna and AS Roma. In Greece, it was 10 men apiece as Panathinaikos defeated Real Betis by a lone goal. In France, Lille Metropole lost at home 0-1 to Aston Villa. And in the period or in the process, Unai Emery became the first manager to achieve 100 wins. The fastest manager to achieve 100 wins for Aston Villa at home. Nottingham Forest lost 0-1 to Midtjylland, and in Genk, Belgium, Genk defeated Freiburg by a lone goal. Ferencváros defeated Braga by 2-0. Celta Vigo played out a 1-0 draw with Olympic Lyon. Yes, next week we'll be seeing the second legs of these fixtures going down in their respective venues. Moving straight to English Premier League fixtures expected for this weekend. No Friday night football, but from tomorrow by 4 p.m. Nigerian time at the Turf Moor, it will be Burnley playing host to AFC Bournemouth. The Stadium of Light will be seeing Sunderland taking on Brighton also by 4 p.m. and from 6:30 p.m. Nigerian time. At the Bridge, Chelsea will be taking on Newcastle. Same time we'll be seeing Arsenal taking on Everton at the Emirates. West Ham at the London Stadium will be host of Manchester City by 9 p.m. Nigerian time. And on Sunday we'll be seeing Crystal Palace at the Selhurst taking on Leeds United. 3 p.m. on Sunday, Manchester United versus Aston Villa. Also, we'll be seeing Nottingham versus Fulham. And yes, a Super Sunday kickoff by 5:30. Liverpool versus Tottenham at the Anfield. And Monday Night Football sees the Bees, Brentford versus Wolves by 9 p.m. Nigerian time. From the EPL, we move straight to Spain, giving La Liga fixtures because one game will be going down later tonight by 9 p.m. Alaves versus Villarreal, and tomorrow from 2 p.m. Girona versus Athletic Club by 4:15. We'll be seeing Atletico Madrid at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium taking on Getafe, and by 6:30 Real Oviedo versus Valencia, and from 9 p.m. Real Madrid versus Elche. On Sunday by 2 p.m. Mallorca versus Espanyol, and by 4:15 p.m. Football Club Barcelona versus Sevilla. 6:30 on Sunday, Real Betis versus Celta Vigo, and 9 p.m. on Sunday, Real Sociedad versus Osasuna. And Monday night football in Spain sees Vallecano, Rayo Vallecano versus Levante. From Spain, we move straight to the French Ligue 1. We are seeing one game later tonight by 8:45 p.m. Olympique Marseille versus Auxerre. Lorient versus Lens by 5 p.m. tomorrow, and by 7 p.m. Angers versus OGC Nice. And on also tomorrow by 9:05 AS Monaco versus Stade Brestois. And on Sunday by 3 p.m. Strasbourg versus Paris FC. Metz versus Toulouse by 5:15 on Sunday. Le Havre versus Olympique Lyon by 5:15, and 8:45 on Sunday. Rennes will be taking on Lille Metropole in their own fixture in the French Ligue 1, and squeezing in German Bundesliga fixtures for this weekend. Later tonight, Borussia Mönchengladbach versus St. Pauli by 8:30 p.m. Eintracht Frankfurt versus Heidenheim later tomorrow by 3:30. Borussia Dortmund will be host of Wolfsburg by 3:30. Bayer Leverkusen versus Bayern Munich in the Klassiker later tomorrow by 3:30, and Hoffenheim versus Wolfsburg by 3:30, and by 6:30 Hamburg versus Köln, Werder Bremen versus Mainz by 3:30 also on Sunday, and at 5:30 on Sunday Freiburg versus Union Berlin. And the last fixture in the German Bundesliga is VfB Stuttgart versus Rasenburg Sport Leipzig by 7:30 on Sunday. Well, those are your fixtures in some of the big leagues in Europe, and I'm sure later tomorrow morning when Boluwa Jogumola will be here, of course, we'll be previewing a whole lot in the world of sport. Of course, we'll be having the Chinese Grand Prix. That's the second race of the Formula 1 season with free practice sessions already commenced, and it is a Mercedes George Russell setting the early pace. And of course, tomorrow we'll be giving you details of that and many more. Well, it's time for us to drop anchor right now. And of course, we'll be making a big return in our subsequent sport programs. Well, Ramadan Kareem, and of course, sending the Lenten greetings to those observing the Lenten fast. My name is Tobia Jewelry, and on behalf of everyone in the studios, we say do enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next time.
ṣódà bẹ́ẹ̀ káàbọ̀ ètò wa káàbọ̀ sí móhùnmáwòrán ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ gbogbo ẹni tá a fọwọ́ ọlá gbá lójú ètò yín ti dé ẹ̀yin tá a rẹ́ jẹ ẹ má wulẹ̀ làágùn jìnnà ètò ṣódà bẹ́ẹ̀ ti padà bọ̀ọ̀dá talẹ̀ gbọ́n yín talẹ̀ fún gangan.
ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kò clear sí mi dáadáa pé bóyá mo lè sọ pé bóyá àwọn ni wọ́n ní ilẹ̀ yẹn.
ẹ̀gbọ́n ọwọ́ ta lẹ ti ralẹ̀.
ojú mi rí tó ọwọ́ ni.
ẹ má sọ kíni.
kí n má sọ kíni.
orí bí gbogbo nǹkan sọ yẹn.
àtàmọ́ ni wọ́n tàbá kíni.
ẹ sì bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run ètò ṣódà bẹ́ẹ̀ ti padà kí ló ń gbòmìjẹ́ lójú yín ẹ máa gbé bọ̀ lórí ètò ṣódà bẹ́ẹ̀ láti yànnàná ẹ̀ tá a sì yanjú rẹ̀ ẹ wá jẹ́ àfitó yín létí o ọmọlúàbí ìtùbínùbí la fi ń parí ìjà la fi ń pẹ̀tù síjà lórí ètò ṣódà bẹ́ẹ̀ láì san nǹkan kan ọjọ́ àlàmísì àkọ́kọ́ nínú oṣù kẹrin ní ètò ṣódà bẹ́ẹ̀ ó gbìnàyà tá a máa gbọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu àwọn tó gbẹ́jọ́ wá tẹ́sí mọ́ ṣàlàyé ohun tó gbé yín dé àwọn ọ̀mọ̀ràn tí mo yín nínú ìgbín wọ́n ń bẹ́ kalẹ̀ tí wọ́n sì mọ fìdáhùn sí gbogbo ìbéèrè tí bá ń dùn yín lójú tí wọ́n sì mọ bá yín pẹ̀tù sí. ṣódà bẹ́ẹ̀ káàbọ̀ sí móhùnmáwòrán ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́.
ojúmọ́ bá ti mọ́ ọ̀yẹ́ máa ń la oòrùn ọ̀yẹ́ tó la lónìí o ọ̀yẹ́ ire ni ẹ̀kú ojúmọ́ lọ́dẹ̀ẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí o ojúmọ́ aláyọ̀ lè ní o ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ màlá tó ti gbé dé ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìròyìn kárí ayé màlẹ́lẹ́yìn o ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà etí ni ó lè jò ń lò fọ́nrán ìní tó lóko yín ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹ̀tẹ́ tí balẹ̀ jẹ́ ká tún jọgbọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìkànnì tó gbajúgbajà Olúyọ̀lé FM ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Ajílété FM ẹ tún máa gbọ́ wa lásìkò kan náà ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Òkè Ògùn FM tó wà lálága Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó kún kẹ́kẹ́. Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ẹ máa gbọ́ nínú ilé nínú mọ́tò tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́. Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Agbo Press ó tún ti yá ká tún jọgbọ́ Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́. Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn rẹ̀ o. Ojúmọ́ bá ti mọ́ ọ̀yẹ́ máa ń la o. Ọ̀yẹ́ tó la lónìí o. Ọ̀yẹ́ ire ni. Ẹ̀kú ojúmọ́ lọ́dẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí o. Ojúmọ́ aláyọ̀ èmi o. Ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ màlá tó ti gbé dé. Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ìròyìn kárí ayé màlélẹ́yìn o. Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Etí ni ó lè jò ń lò fọ́nrán ìní tó lùkọ́ yìí. Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ẹ̀tẹ́ ti balẹ̀ jẹ́ ká tún jọgbọ́ o. Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ìkànnì tó gbajúgbajà Olúyọ̀lé FM. Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ajílété FM tún máa gbọ́ wa lásìkò kan náà. Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Òkè Ògùn FM tó wà lálága. Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó kún kẹ́kẹ́. Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Ẹ máa gbọ́ nínú ilé nínú mọ́tò tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́. Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. Agbo Press ó tún ti yá ká tún jọgbọ́ Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́. Ẹlẹ́tí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn rẹ̀ o.
tọ́ ẹ kú ojúmọ́ níbi gbogbo tí ẹ ti ń láǹfààní àti tún gbọ́ wa láàárọ̀ tòní. atọ́ ti rúdé kì í ṣe nǹkan tí ọjọ́ láburú ń dáadáa la rúdé torí tiyín náà sì ni bíi àṣà wa ẹnìkan tí máa polówó ọjà ni bó bá polówó ẹ̀tàn yóò ní torí yín ni o torí tiyín kẹ́ni bá a máa ti ń lọ lù ní gbogbo àgbáyé òun